I never believed in ghosts. Not until I stepped into the abandoned Avalon Theater. It was supposed to be a simple exploration. Just me, my camera, and a fascination with forgotten places. But what I found there wasn't just decay and dust. It was something alive. Something waiting. The Avalon Theater had been closed for over 50 years. Its marquee was rusted, the letters broken and unreadable. The windows were boarded up and the doors creaked like they hadn't been opened in decades. But I'd heard the stories. Whispers of a haunting. Tales of actors who never left the stage. Of shadows that moved on their own. Of a melody that played long after the orchestra had vanished. I thought it was all just urban legend. I was wrong. The first thing I noticed when I stepped inside was the smell. It wasn't the musty odor of an old building. It was sweet, almost like perfume, but with a hint of something rotten underneath. The air was thick, heavy, like it was pressing down on me. My flashlight flickered as I walked down the aisle, the beam catching on rows of crumbling seats. The stage loomed ahead, its velvet curtain torn and faded but still hanging like a shroud. I climbed onto the stage, my footsteps echoing in the emptiness. The floorboards groaned beneath me, and for a moment I thought I heard something else. A faint whisper, just on the edge of hearing. I turned, shining my light into the wings. Nothing. Just darkness. But then I saw it. A figure, standing in the shadows just out of reach of my flashlight. It was tall, impossibly tall, with long, spindly limbs that seemed to stretch and twist as I watched. Its face was blank, featureless, like a mannequin. I froze, my breath catching in my throat. The figure didn't move, it just stood there staring at me with that empty face. And then it was gone, vanished into the darkness like it had never been there at all. My heart was pounding, but I told myself it was just my imagination, just the shadows playing tricks on me. I turned back to the stage, trying to shake off the unease, and that's when I heard it. Music, faint and distant but unmistakable. A piano playing a slow, mournful tune. It was coming from somewhere in the theater, but I couldn't tell where. The sound seemed to echo from every direction, wrapping around me like a cold embrace. I followed it, my flashlight trembling in my hand, until I found myself in the orchestra pit. The piano was there, old and covered in dust, its keys yellowed with age. But the music wasn't coming from the piano. It was coming from behind it. I stepped closer, my pulse racing, and that's when I saw the door. It was small, almost hidden, with a rusted handle and a faint glow seeping through